T-Bird fans. We welcome you to a brand new edition of T-Bird Talk. I'm Cloud County Community College Sports Information Director, Toby Nosker. On this week's edition of T-Bird Talk, we'll have an opportunity to visit with two members of the Cloud County Community College volleyball team. Freshman, middle blocker, and pin hitter Zoey Sudbeck of Seneca, Kansas, and freshman, middle hitter Elizabeth Schuster of Holton, Kansas. The Cloud County Community College volleyball team dropped its fourth straight match after Dodge City Community College defeated the T-Birds in 3 sets Wednesday night at the Student Activity Center in Dodge City, Kansas. Schuster led the T-Birds with 8 kills on a .571 attack percentage. Sudbeck added 3 kills on a .250 attack percentage. With the loss, Cloud County has fallen to 5-15 overall and 0-5 in Kansas Jayhawk Community College conference play. Cloud County will look to snap its current losing streak as they return home to host the Butler Community College Grizzlies in Kansas Jayhawk Community College conference action this Saturday at 3 p.m. in Arlie Bryant Gymnasium. The match will be held in conjunction with Concordia's Fall Fest, an annual celebration filled with a fun-packed weekend of events, booths, entertainment, and delicious food in and around Concordia. Butler Community College currently sits at 11-8 on the season and 2-4 in conference play, following their 4-set road win at Garden City Community College Wednesday night. The Grizzlies have won 3 straight meetings against Cloud County, including recording a 4-set win over the T-Birds on their last trip to Concordia on September 25th, 2024. Up next, we talk more T-Bird volleyball when we're joined by freshman Zoey Sudbeck and freshman Elizabeth Schuster. This is T-Bird Talk.
Are you a Kansas or Nebraska high school senior who's thinking about your next step after high school? If so, you qualify for Cloud County Community College's $500 early bird scholarship. All you have to do is visit campus before December 19th and have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and you get a $500 scholarship guaranteed. So come visit Cloud and see why our students are Cloud proud. On your visit, you'll see our campus, meet with an academic advisor, and get a chance to have all your questions answered. Set up your campus visit today by giving us a call at 785-243-1435 extension 212 or visiting us online at cloud.edu/admissions.
This week on T-Bird Talk, an opportunity to visit with two members of the Cloud County Community College volleyball team. Joining us today, we have Zoey Sudbeck from Seneca, Kansas, and also with us is Elizabeth Schuster from Holton, Kansas. And I appreciate the two of you taking time to come in and visit with us. And Zoey, let me start with you. So tell me a little bit about growing up in Seneca, the sports that you grew up playing, those sorts of things.
As you said, I'm from Seneca, Kansas. It's exactly like Concordia, except smaller. So this is actually kind of a step up for me. I played basketball and volleyball and softball my freshman year. And then I dropped out of softball and ended up going into track and field, which I'm also doing here at Cloud County. I also played against Elizabeth all 4 years of high school, so that's kind of fun now that we're playing together.
Well, and I wanted to ask a little bit about that. And you both grew up going to, pretty successful schools, well known for their athletic programs. What was that like for you, being at Nemaha Central and, again, being a part of, kind of an athletic culture, a school that, has had the kind of success that it's had throughout the years?
It's awesome. I love the culture and the community at my high school. Liz, I know that we were always super competitive against each other, and I think that's really what let us come to the collegiate level was our high school programs. Our coach recruits for us, gets our names out there, at least for Nemaha Central. So that was nice.
At what point for you did you start thinking about, hey, maybe this is something I can also do at the next level, that I might be able to take, one of these sports, or as you were fortunate to here at Cloud, actually be able to come here and do both. But at what time in high school were you starting to think about, hey, maybe this is something I can do collegiately as well?
So I used to play club volleyball too, which is what you do to get recruited. And I didn't play club volleyball my senior year because I didn't think I was going to play college volleyball. So what happened is towards the end of volleyball, I was like, I actually want to do this for longer. Like, I don't want my senior year to be the last year that I play volleyball. So I reached out to a few coaches, and Coach Hilda actually ended up reaching out to me, and we talked and came on a visit, loved it, and decided that this is where I wanted to be. And then Coach Drew figured out that I was coming to Cloud committed for volleyball. So he was kind of just like, hey, you want to throw track too?
Was that, having to weigh what you wanted to do when you were coming to school here? Did you consider did you feel like maybe it might be too much having to take on 2 sports, or what was the conversations like that got you to the point where you felt comfortable saying yes to both coaches?
I feel like I just love both sports. Like, I love being competitive. It'll be a nice change of pace too, to be doing 2 different sports, volleyball in the fall and then track and field in the spring season. Yeah.
What was it about Cloud though? I mean, obviously you had an opportunity to do both, but what was it about Cloud that you felt so comfortable with saying yes to come to school here?
I think it honestly reminded me of home. Like I said, that like it's just like this, but smaller. The people were also so nice. Like some other schools you go to, like the students are like side-eyeing you. They're like, who is this? But like everybody here was so nice, so welcoming. So I just decided that's where I wanted to be.
So Elizabeth, for you, tell me a little bit about growing up in Holton and the sports and things you were involved with.
Holton's about the same size as Concordia, maybe a little smaller. I grew up playing almost every sport from soccer to track. And then in high school, I played volleyball, basketball, and track, and I got to play against Zoey, as she said. It was always fun playing against Newell Central because there were always competitive games, and throwing against Zoey was always fun, even though she threw really far. But yeah, Holton really was fun because it was competitive, and I had a lot of good people to push me to be my best. So.
And as I said, again, like Zoey, you grew up, in a community that kind of prides itself on its involvement, its activities, supporting its sports programs in Holton. Were you appreciative of the fact that you grew up in a community like that was so supportive of its students and its athletes?
Yes, I'm very grateful for that, because I feel that if I wasn't so supported from my community, I probably wouldn't play college athletics, because they really supported me to push my best, and it was always good to have that backup.
And as you said, you played a number of sports. So kind of a similar line of questioning as I asked Zoey, but what was it, at what point, I guess, did you start considering, hey, maybe this is something I can do at the next level? And then how did you kind of narrow it down and determine that volleyball is that sport I wanted to pursue?
Honestly, my sophomore year was like, oh, maybe I'll go play collegiate something. I was in between volleyball and basketball, and then my junior year, I had a good volleyball season. So I was like, I think volleyball is really what I want to pursue. So I reached out to a lot of coaches, and I went to camp here at Cloud, and me and Coach Hilta built a relationship, and I ended up committing here. So.
And what was it about that relationship? What was it about Cloud in general that felt like the right place for you?
It was very small, and I really liked the feeling of that. And everyone was so welcoming to me, and I felt like I wasn't out of place. So it was really nice to feel that I wasn't an outsider.
Now, both of you have talked about competing against each other in high school. What's it been like now, and no longer being competitors and teammates after competing against one another so long? Elizabeth, I kind of let you go first. I mean, tell me a little bit about, because it sounds like you guys you knew each other quite well, and it sounds like you probably had some really good battles against the teams or individually in track and field.
Yeah, it's nice now. I don't have to worry about her slamming a ball 10-foot line down my throat, so it's a good change.
Zoey, for you?
I think it just makes us even better, just being on the same team, because we get that competitiveness in practice every day still. Like today, freaking blocking me in practice, what the heck? But yeah, I think we push each other really well in practice, and in the games it's kind of just that extra edge up. We can tell each other, hey, I saw this is open, maybe try that, and it's really nice. I like it.
I want to talk about the transition from high school athletics to college athletics. But before we talk about that, let's just kind of talk about the transition to college life in general. And Zoey, for you guys as volleyball players, you arrive on campus before anybody else. Mm-hmm. You were here late July. There was a youth camp, and then you finally start with practices August 1st. And then you guys really hit the ground running with some intense practices for almost 3 weeks leading into the actual season itself. But like I said, you're kind of here by yourself initially, a couple of weeks at least, before any of the rest of the student body shows up. What was that transition period like for you? Was that tough to leave home to come here where you knew Elizabeth, but you may not know a lot of people, and being out on your own for the very first time?
No, yeah. I definitely miss my family at first, especially my younger sisters, Maggie and Audrey. They call me every night on their Alexa. They don't have a phone, so they use the Alexa. I feel like the people here, especially on the volleyball team, are super nice. They made the transition really, really easy. Yeah, we had team dinners every night, so that was nice. We got to know people. I remember on the first day, we sat in our room. I think we sat in a circle and we just like talked about like life and volleyball and everything. So they made it really easy to just come and be a family.
Elizabeth, what was that period like for you adjusting to what was going to be your new life in college?
It was kind of a scary transition for me because I have younger siblings, so I was like, I'm going to miss them a lot. But then again, the girls were very welcoming and I didn't feel out of place. So I like walked in first day and they all just came and talked to me. So I felt like I would have no problems transitioning.
You come here to play volleyball. The fact that you arrive before everybody else and there's really not much else to do but volleyball. Do you think that may have helped too, that you guys were kind of able to consume yourself with what you were here to do?
Yes, it was, because I didn't have time to think about anything else because I was just eat, sleep, practice.
And Zoey, you guys leave from successful programs, as I said. You come here to Cloud, and now you're surrounded by all of these teammates and players that they too were part of successful programs or may have been the best, one or two athletes on their actual volleyball team. And so that starts probably some inter-squad competition because you're all vying for spots, yet you all have to be supportive and be teammates as well. What was that like in the early going? Again, getting to know your teammates, but then also everybody knows, hey, there's only 6 girls on the floor at any given time, so we're also trying to vie for that opportunity as well.
Yeah, no, I love the competition. It's something I really enjoy. I feel like in practice, if there was no like competition on the other side, like I just feel like I can do whatever I want, but there's not. I got Elizabeth, I got Julie, I got Tori all vying for the same spot, so I really like it. I think it just pushes all of us to work harder.
And then, Elizabeth, you guys come to a school and to a conference, which is one of the best conferences in the country as far as junior college athletics is concerned. 2 teams in the conference, Colby and Barton. You've seen one of those already. We'll see Barton this next week, but 2 teams that competed at the national tournament a year ago. Both of those finished in the top 4 at the national tournament. So you go head-to-head against some really quality competition. You've seen other ranked teams like Blinn Community College, Neosho County Community College. And so what's the difference competition-wise, from high school to now college? And was it that tough to adjust to at all?
It's a lot faster paced than high school, which I think is a little bit of a change, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. And I really enjoy playing that high of level of competition because it's so much, it's like more fun in a way because everyone's good out there. There's not one weak link. So especially with it's a team sport. So you get to share that experience with your whole team and it's just not one person.
Zoey, you were kind of nodding along. I mean, was that difficult for you to adjust to?
No, yeah. I'm just thinking think of your hardest high school game, like the state game that you have to play. That's every single game that you're playing here. Like your competition, you have to be in the right mindset. You have to be healthy physically, mentally in order to play your best game. And I think that's something that you really just have to keep on top of your health. You have to keep on top of your studies. And that's kind of hard to do, but it's worth it, in my opinion, to be able to play at that high level.
And I wondered about that because, you make immediate trips as school starts to Texas, and then you've got tournaments where you're staying out in Nebraska, and you're traveling all over the state of Kansas, some very long road trips where you're leaving early in the day, you're getting back very late at night. And kind of having to balance everything else that you've got going on in your life because you're student athletes, but the student part is just as important, if not more so, than the athletic part. Has that been a tough adjustment for you to make sure that you're getting everything balanced, you're accomplishing everything you need to do in any particular day or week?
Yeah, I think that competitiveness on the court translates to the classroom for both of us, I think. So there's been a lot of late nights. There's been a lot of late studying, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job keeping on top of it.
Elizabeth, for you?
Like Zoe said, it's been I've been along late nights, and preparing before really helps, doing my assignments early, so I'm not the night before staying up till 1 a.m. trying to get an assignment done. So being prepared has helped me a lot.
What is it that you're majoring in?
I'm a science major, trying to maybe go into physical therapy, or I maybe want to be an anesthesiologist assistant. So,
Zoe, for you?
Human health and performance is my major, and I also want to be a physical therapist.
How key have the sophomores been in kind of helping to guide you in the rest of the freshmen, especially in those early days as we were talking about leading into the season? How much did you lean on them? How much guidance do you feel like they provided to you all as you've made this transition?
Yeah, I think the sophomores have been absolutely wonderful. Sometimes you see in programs like there's ranks like seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen. Like you can like kind of tell who's who. I think within this team, we're just one big like group. And the sophomores helps a lot. It's like whatever they do, you do. And they're not going to make you feel bad about it if you don't know what to do. They're just going to be like, oh, no, it's fine. Like this is what we're going to do. And you just follow. And they do a really good job of leading, I think.
Elizabeth, for you?
They're very supportive. Like if you mess up, they're like, oh, it's okay. Move on to the next one. Like you got it. And I'm very grateful for that, because I feel like without their support, it wouldn't be as much of a team mesh as we have. It wouldn't be as close as we are today.
I want to talk a little bit about the season, and I know everybody's disappointed overall with the overall record, the way things have kind of gone to this stage. Yet I know I'm excited. I don't know if you are, that the long road trips are going to cease at least for a little bit, because a 6-match homestand actually begins coming up this Saturday, as the Cloud County volleyball team's going to host Butler Community College. It's a 3 o'clock start time this Saturday from Arlie Bryant Gymnasium, and we'll stream the match on the T-Birds Sports Network at cloudtbirds.com. The team 3-3 at home this season. But Elizabeth, I guess for you first, just kind of in general, your overall feelings, team too, but I want to get to know just from you how you feel like you've competed, how you feel like you've played to this point in the season. We talk about having to adjust to a quicker style of game and the type of competition that you play, and I'm sure maybe you were used to many times in high school, you might have been the bigger player on the floor, where now you're staring at somebody as equally big, if not bigger, when you line up there in the middle. So overall, how do you feel like you've done kind of the early part of this season, the first half of the year?
I mean, I have my ups and down games. I'm working to get better. So I feel like as long as I'm getting better every day and I'm working my hardest, that the season that I will progress to get better. So overall, I feel like I've been doing pretty good, but I have room for improvement that I need to make.
What do you feel like you most bring to the team?
I feel like I'm very aggressive with my attacks, and I try to set up my block, try to get good touches for my team, so it's easier for them to pick up in the back row. So.
A few weeks ago on the podcast, I had an opportunity to visit with two of your teammates. I was joined by Grace Rowland and Addison Ogle, and one of the questions that I asked them was, who so far have you been most surprised by in style of play and what they bring to the team? They both said you. How does that make you feel, hearing those kind of positive comments from your teammates, and knowing that they kind of sense some of that aggressiveness when they watch you out on the floor? They get to know you. They don't think you're going to be that aggressive. And then you kind of surprise them when you step on the floor. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel really good. I'm glad that they have that trust built with me, that they know that I can be aggressive and that I can do what I need to do on the court to help us succeed. So it makes me feel really happy that they know that I can do this.
Zoe, for you to the stage, how do you feel about your performance?
I mean, I don't think I'll ever be completely satisfied with my performance, just being competitive, but I think I've been doing pretty well, adjusting, closing my blocks is something I need to work on, but I feel like in practice we do work on that a lot, so I'm getting better at that. I feel like our connection with setters is really good so far, especially with Elvie and Brooke. They're really good at talking to us, talking us through it. It's been good.
I talk about Elizabeth having to go up against some of these bigger competitors in the middle. I'm sure you hear this a lot, that it's kind of deceiving looking at you, your size, maybe not a traditional size that we'd see out of a middle, especially in a conference like this. Yet you're so athletic, your ability to actually jump, get up there to block against opponents. What's that like for you as an athlete, stepping out there, almost kind of taking on that underdog status?
I mean, it just pushes me to work harder. I think that if the other team's looking at me like, what the heck is she doing over there? Like, it's just like, oh, wait, you're about to find out.
Which do you like more, the big block or the big hit?
The big hit, for sure. I love the big hits. It's just something. It's like a fire. It makes the momentum for the team better, I feel like, more than a block.
What about you, Elizabeth?
I like the big block, personally.
You like stuffing somebody else.
Yeah, it makes me feel cool.
And I know, Zoey, unfortunately, a little bit of a setback with an injury, but back in the lineup. Was that tough to kind of have to sit on the sidelines, to not be out there contributing to your team?
Yeah, I told Steve, I go, Steve, will you tell on me if I go jumping in practice? He goes, yeah, probably don't do that. It's been good coming back. It was hard just sitting on the sidelines for a little bit, but I feel like I saw a TikTok. This is exposing my reels. Me just doom scrolling on TikTok. But it was kind of this mindset that you have to take on when you're sitting out, whether that be just for like a set because you weren't playing your best, or whether it be for months. I don't remember the word, but there's a word for it. And it's like, you have to be more excited for the person on the court than you would be for yourself. So like, if Elizabeth's up there and she gets a big block, like, you should be more excited for Elizabeth than Elizabeth is for herself. And I feel like having that mentality really helped me through just like being on the sidelines, just like having a lot of like excitement for other people's accomplishments.
And one of the things that I noticed right away following you guys in the early part of the season, from the preseason scrimmages and the early tournaments, is energy. You bring a lot of energy to the team. Have you always played that way?
Yes. My middle school coach, Nikki Honeyman, we always played with a lot of energy. She's very energetic. She loves to yell. So I feel like just having that from an early age has just like, I've just kept it with me ever since then.
And Elizabeth, for you, I feel like maybe a little more shyer, a little more on the quiet side. But one of the things that when I sat down with Coach Hilta Ramos that she talked about was, once you finally got through those long 3 weeks of practice or so in the preseason, you guys actually started doing scrimmages and actually get into the games. It felt like that kind of opened up a little bit for you, where your emotions started to come out a little bit more and you started to really get in tune with the energy overall. Talk a little bit about that for you as a player, and is that what it is for you? Like, you just, man, if we could just get out there and actually play against somebody and it brings out that competitive fire?
Yes, it is like that. And I'm overall a very shy person, very serious person. But when I'm out on the court, like, competitive juices are flowing and I'm ready to be there, hype for my teammates, cheer them on and help them to succeed. And if my energy can do that, I'm going to do it. So.
And as I said, I know things have been disappointing overall for the team as a whole this season, yet still a second half of conference remains, so a long season still ahead and an opportunity to play a number of these teams that I feel like you all can match up well with and get in sync. I feel like you can really surprise them the second time through. Elizabeth, just kind of looking ahead, what's kind of your feelings as you guys make the march through the final month now of the regular season?
Well, as you said, there's still a lot of season left, and I'm very excited because I feel like we're working out a few things, and I'm excited when it all clicks. I feel like we're going to be ready to go, and we're gonna do really good, and I'm excited to see it.
Zoey, did having to sit on the sidelines there for just a couple of weeks, but being out because of that injury, did it kind of renew your hunger to want to get back out there and, hey, you know what, this is what I'm here to do. Let's get out there and play?
Yeah, I think it really did. It was kind of weird because our first our first scrimmage this year was against Kansas Wesleyan. Yeah. And then my first game back was also against Kansas Wesleyan. So it was kind of just like a refresh for me, like sitting out and then coming back. It was really cool to see too. Like on the sidelines, you see things that you don't see when you're in the game, like things that we can work on, things we need to talk through. So it was pretty good.
Talking again with Zoey Sudbeck as well as Elizabeth Schuster, two members of the Cloud County Community College volleyball team. The T-Bird volleyball team going to be in action at home this Saturday as they take on Butler Community College. The match will begin at 3 p.m. in Arley Bryant Gymnasium in Concordia. The match being held as part of Concordia's Fall Fest celebration that'll be taking place all day Saturday in Concordia. Of course, we'll stream the match live for folks as well on the T-Bird Sports Network at cloudtbirds.com. It begins a six-match homestand for the T-Bird volleyball team, and you can find a full schedule up at the athletic website as well at cloudtbirds.com. I close out my interviews each week with what I call the final four questions. So I have four questions for the two of you. And I guess to start, we spent a little bit of time talking about your high school careers. Zoey at Nemaha Central, Elizabeth at Holton. Zoey, I'll let you begin, but if you can reflect back on your time at Nemaha, was there a favorite sports moment for you in high school? Either as a team, individually, any sport, doesn't have to necessarily be volleyball, but is there a favorite sports moment that stands out?
Wow, I don't know. I feel like state is always really the goal for any team at Nemaha Central, so I think both volleyball and track, just getting to that level. I remember in specific, there's the way state works, at least our senior year, was that you have 2 days of playing. We had the first day and we lost a game, and we didn't know if we were going to go to the second day. And Coach Cook made us put up all of our phones, so we wouldn't know that we had made it to the second day, but we did. And it was pretty cool to see that. And we ended up getting second at state that year, so it was pretty cool.
Elizabeth, for you, do you have a favorite sports moment at Holton?
Yes, it was my junior year. We were the least ranked team going into sub-state, and we were taking on the number 1 seed Rock Creek, and we beat them in 2, and we pulled off an underdog to go to state, and it was just a great feeling because it was our first time going to state in 8 years, so me and my teammates were really excited.
For the both of you, you're getting an opportunity to live out a dream, and one that a lot of people have that they don't necessarily get, and that's the opportunity to compete in college athletics. So Elizabeth, I'll start with you, but now that you're here, now that you've arrived at this moment, you get an opportunity to be a part of a college volleyball team. What is it that excites you most about being a part of the Cloud County volleyball team this year?
Well, the competitiveness, obviously, but team morale. I'm very grateful for my teammates and how close we are, and it's just really nice to be around a group of girls who want to work hard to do their best in everything. So.
And I know you have strong family support. I'm adding a separate question, even though I said I was going to ask Final Four, right? But I know you have strong family supports, and they've been here to support you at a lot of the home matches and even traveled as far as Texas to come see you play. The fact that you're able to play so close to home, was that something that was important to you when you were looking at colleges to go to, and what overall does that family support mean?
Yes, because I have 2 little siblings who are 5 and 6, Emerson and Eli, so it was very important to me that I could stay close to home so I could go see them, and also that my parents could come and watch me when they could, because I really miss them a lot, and I feel like sometimes I play better when I'm in front of them, so.
Zoey, for you, was that important to be close to home? And again, you mentioned being close to your younger siblings, to be able to maintain that relationship and not have to go too far?
Yeah, I think that's been really nice. It wasn't a major factor for me, but now that I've gotten here, I think that I'm definitely going to keep that in mind when it comes to transferring after my sophomore year. So
for you, what excites you the most about being a part of this volleyball team?
Definitely the people. The people here are amazing. The staff, our coaches, our teammates, they're all so supportive. There's never really anything negative said at any point. I feel like that's something that's really helped.
So for question 3, let me piggyback off that. And Zoey, I'll let you go first, but which teammate would you say has mentored or helped you the most during your time here at Cloud, whether on the court, off the court, whatever aspect you want to take on it, but who do you feel like has been there to kind of lift you up, help you the most, mentor you so far?
I may be kind of biased with this question because she's my roommate, but I think Addie has really just been there to explain things the way that I need them explained, and I feel like I could come to her with any problem and she'd give me honest, unbiased support and advice, and it's been really nice to just have somebody like that.
Elizabeth, for you, who's been that teammate for you?
Grace has. She's always there to talk to if I have problems or with anything, and she's also very kind and really supportive of me, and I really appreciate her.
Final question. Elizabeth, I'll let you go first. What are your goals? What are you hoping to accomplish during your time that you get playing volleyball here at Cloud? What is it that you personally, team-wise, whatever it may be, what are kind of your goals? What do you most want to accomplish?
To make it to the national tournament, I feel like is a very big goal that I want this team to accomplish because I feel like we do have the talent to be there. And I overall just want us to have a great season. So,
Zoey, for you, what are your goals?
Something big for me is just potential. Like whatever it is here, I want to reach my full potential, whether that be with volleyball, with school, with relationships. I want to be the best version of myself.
Well, I appreciate the two of you again making time to sit down to talk to me today and be a part of the program. And I want to wish you all the best as you move forward throughout the rest of your freshman campaign. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Toby.
Are you a Kansas or Nebraska high school senior who's thinking about your next step after high school? If so, you qualify for Cloud County Community College's $500 early bird scholarship. All you have to do is visit campus before December 19th and have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and you get a $500 scholarship guaranteed. So come visit Cloud and see why our students are Cloud proud. On your visit, you'll see our campus, meet with an academic advisor, and get a chance to have all your questions answered. Set up your campus visit today by giving us a call at 785-243-1435 extension 212 or visiting us online at cloud.edu/admissions.
My thanks to Cloud County Community College volleyball players Zoey Sudbeck and Elizabeth Schuster for being our guests this week on T-Bird Talk. The Cloud County Community College volleyball team is back at home this Saturday as they host Butler Community College in Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference action. First serve is scheduled for 3 p.m. from Arlie Bryant Gymnasium in Concordia, and the match will stream live on the T-Bird Sports Network at cloudtbirds.com. The match kicks off a 6-match homestand for the Cloud County Community College volleyball team, which will also be at home Wednesday, October 1st to take on Barton Community College before hosting Pratt Community College and Northeast Community College for a triangular on October 4th, Colby Community College on October 8th, and Garden City Community College on October 11th. We'll be talking more T-Bird volleyball in the weeks ahead on T-Bird Talk. We're also going to be talking more about the Cloud County Community College cross-country teams, which last weekend traveled to Lincoln, Nebraska to take part in the Woody Greeno J. Dirksen Invitational, hosted by the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and Nebraska Wesleyan University. On the men's side, the T-Birds placed 13th in the gold division in the Greeno Dirksen Invitational. Sophomore Galasa Abdisa led the way for the T-Birds with a 19th place finish out of 236 runners with a time of 25:43.98. Sophomore Aziz Ben Brahim finished 80th with a time of 27:04.49. Shortly behind Ben Brahim was freshman Davis Miltner in 87th at 27:13.92. Freshman Jesus Baltazar ran 29:04.90. Freshman Zeb Schultz ran 29:08.21. Freshman Nicholas Johnson ran a time of 29:20. Freshman Corbin Dykes finished in a time of 29:23.26. Sophomore Cody Sharp ran a time of 30:39.17, while freshman Gage Taylor finished with a time of 31:31.53. The Cloud County Community College women's cross-country team also picked up a 13th place finish in the gold division at the Greeno Dirksen Invite in Lincoln last weekend. Sophomore Mercy and Gomchov finished in 19:17.81 to lead the T-Birds at 24th overall. Freshman Marine Jip Churcher followed at 20:03.31 in 54th place. Freshman Mackenzie Baker was 94th at 21:02.65. Sophomore Rafiatu Nuhu finished 21:38.85 to place 108th, while freshman Jade Williams was 160th at 25:04.98. Both the Cloud County Community College men's and women's cross-country teams are scheduled to compete next weekend at the 37th Annual Chili Pepper Cross-Country Festival in Fayetteville, Arkansas on Saturday, October 4th. And with October 1st right around the corner, that means the official first day of practices are almost here for the Cloud County Community College women's basketball team, Cloud County Community College men's basketball team, and Cloud County Community College wrestling team. We'll be previewing the start to their seasons and more in the weeks to come on T-Bird Talk. So make sure that you are subscribed to T-Bird Talk on your favorite podcast platforms. New episodes of T-Bird Talk drop each Thursday. T-Bird Talk is a production of the Cloud County Community College Athletic Department.